Falling behind during board prep is normal. What matters is what you do next. This is part of a board strategy series focused on how boards actually test thinking, not just memorization, so studying can feel clearer and less overwhelming. Let's name something clearly right away. Falling behind doesn't mean your plan failed. It just means that you are a human being with a lot of pulls on your time. This is usually the moment when students think, I've ruined my schedule, or there's no point in continuing unless I can do this perfectly all over again. That thought, not the missed study time, is what is causing real damage. Boards are not failed by bad weeks, they are failed by disengagement. So if you're behind, here is exactly what to do. Step 1, stop trying to catch up. This is the most important step. When students fall behind, the instinct is to make it up. They schedule marathon days. They double their daily goals. They try to compress weeks into weekends. That almost always backfires. Catching up triggers panic. Panic leads to overcorrection. Overcorrection leads to avoidance. Instead, freeze your old plan, shrink your scope, and preserve daily contact with the material. A minimum viable study day might be 20 questions, 1 clinical bucket review, revisiting one one-pager. Consistency beats volume, especially when you're behind. If you stay connected even briefly, your momentum will stay alive. Step 2, triage ruthlessly. When your time is limited, you cannot afford equal weighting. This is where strategy matters. Ask yourself, what content is high yield and repeat tested? What patterns keep showing up in my missed questions? It's going to be different from somebody else's. This is just yours. What overlaps in multiple systems? And just as importantly, what can I pause? Pause new resources. Pause low yield rabbit holes, completion-based goals. And I know how good it feels to check a box when a task is done. That sense of completion is so real and so rewarding, but you have to be willing to let go of a completed task if that task no longer serves its purpose. Completion is not the same as progress. When you're behind, a half-finished but high-yield task is often more high-yield than a completed low-yield one. This isn't quitting, this is prioritization. Again, the science of learning is very clear here. When time is constrained, integration matters more than coverage. Step 3, reset forward, not backward. Once you have shrunk and triaged, you reset the plan, but you do not reset from the original schedule. You reset from today. And this is where AI can be a really helpful tool. You can feed it your original study schedule, where you fell off track, how much time you have left, what your weakest subjects are, what the highest yield tasks are, and then ask it to rebuild a plan using the evidence-based science of learning as a backbone. That means spacing, retrieval, integration, realism. But before you do any of that, you need a clean re-entry point. Here it is. I just want you to do 20 questions from your question bank. That's it. That's your re-entry. Then scrap your old schedule, not because it was bad, but because it no longer matches where you are. You restart from today, no shame, no guilt, no freaking out. Just a new structure that's built for the reality that you're in right now. Assume that you will have imperfect days, limited energy, real-life interruptions. Protect your rest. Fatigue is going to worsen retention. It's going to slow your reasoning, and it is definitely going to increase your anxiety. A realistic plan that is executed imperfectly beats an ideal plan that you avoid. Falling behind is just information, not a verdict. It tells you something about pacing, workload, recovery. And information is useful. So I want you to reframe this. Every strong student that you admire fell behind at some point. The difference is not discipline, it's just how quickly they re-entered without shame and without overcorrection. If you're behind right now, you don't need a reset week. You need a re-entry point. One small strategic step that keeps you engaged. That is how your momentum returns. Boards aren't passed by intensity alone, they're passed with strategy and thoughtful execution. I'll see you in the next one.